want to quickly give you guys some tips for dates, some things that I learned over the last 10 years. And they are mistakes, or maybe there's certain anxieties that I got over that a lot of men have. In no chronological order, right? It's just off the top of my head, just throwing some knowledge and wisdom out there. And that's why I got a couple of grey hairs. You only get rewarded grey hairs when you've got wisdom, guys, right? It's not just age. First tip is getting the thought out of your head that you need to spend a lot of money on a date in order for the date to go well and the girl to like you. And I'll tell you why that's not true, because it isn't true. Because I've been on dates where, I'll be honest, I spent quite a lot of money and the date didn't go well and it wasn't the right person for me. I've also been on dates where I didn't spend that much money and I fell in love and we ended up being boyfriend and girlfriend eventually, right? And then there's been a bit of both. So I realized, as I got more experience, I realized it's not the money, it's my confidence, it's my social skills, and it's my ability to form a connection and show my personality. Because if I start getting the idea in my head that, well, I need to spend money on a woman for her to value me and like me, then I'm not very valuable then, am I? That means I'm weak. That means I need money to impress women. I need money to feel that's the only way I can be loved. And everybody's different. You're going to get people in life that go, that's not how I want to live my life. And I know a lot of you share the same values. So I'm not saying be a tight git. I'm not saying not to spend any money. There's nothing wrong with spending some money on a woman. That's being a gentleman. Obviously but it's getting the thought out of your head that the date needs to go well. I need to go spend. It doesn't. Sometimes the best dates are in walking through the park, having a coffee together. Now, I've had all sorts of dates. I've told you guys, I'm not showing off. I've been to fancy high-end hotels in London and that are expensive, the most expensive hotels in London. Sometimes the date's been good, sometimes I've hated it. It's been rubbish, no connection. Or the venue, just didn't enjoy it. Other times, KFC, McDonald's, a Chinese meal, or like I said, just going for a walk in the park. So you start realizing it's who you are as a person. And these values are going to last a lot longer. So that's another thing that I learned. The second one is not panicking when you can't find the right venue. Or say you booked a venue, you plan to go somewhere, and when you get there, it's full up, you can't sit down with the date. I have really learned as I've gotten older to not panic in that situation. I think I was teaching this when I was doing a weekend program. I was explaining this to the guys. Man, I used to go through so much anxiety, guys, about worrying about, oh, I don't want to embarrass myself, or what if I don't know where to take the woman, and what if she thinks, oh, this guy, he doesn't know where to go, he's unknown. You got to adapt. Like if a venue isn't available, then you just say, oh look, that's not available, we'll find somewhere else together. Staying calm and collected, having those good leadership skills and just communicating, being honest with a woman. Most women will appreciate that. I'm not going to judge you on that. But obviously these are insecurities that a lot of us men have in our own head. The next one is just being yourself, and that's not always easy. That takes time, and not forcing it, and not being worried that the girl might not like you, or you just got to accept it. It's fine if she doesn't like you, she thinks you're boring, then that's not the right person for you. When you meet the right person, they're not going to think you're boring. So that's enough. Most of these things I've learned are around overcoming insecurities about yourself. And back to your self-worth. So the venue can trigger these things, but as you get more confident, you can be confident in any environment. You could be in a fancy place, on a roof terrace, in a hotel, on a jet, on a plane, in a park bench, in a poor area. You could be anywhere and still feel confident in yourself because you've built your confidence up and you value yourself, and you're not needing venues or experiences or money to make you feel, or to believe that a woman's not going to like you otherwise. Because for me, if it has to come down to those things, then it's not true love, is it? I don't want to be with someone who wants to be with me for what I can give them, what I have, rather than who I am. Because what are you going to do? Can you date a Ferrari? Can you date money? Can you date a hotel? These things are limited. I know not everyone thinks like that, and some people are probably going to think I'm naive, but I don't care. These are my values. I live and die for these values, and I know a lot of I know most of my clients have these values. That's why I get on well with them. So there's some of the precious things that I've learned. On a social level is to not be afraid to be vulnerable. And I'm not saying to start crying your eyes out in front of a girl. No, it's not, like, within reason, to show your personality, to laugh, to smile, to not try to be perfect in every area, to show some vulnerability, show some weaknesses, poke fun at yourself. Really important. A lot of guys too uptight, too serious, too stressed, too in their head, can't relax, trying to be something that they're not, trying to be a man, trying to be this, and it just doesn't come off very well in the end. So that's the lessons that I've learned so far. I hope they're going to help you. They really did help me and a lot of my clients, all right? Fearless.